Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. We are here at Detroit Belle Isle for a great afternoon of 60-car Formula 3 racing. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Barbonera, and you're here watching Apex Racing TV. Marco, how are you feeling? It's a great day to go street course racing with some Formula cars, and I can tell you, today's gonna be fun.
So Austin, we have had a fantastic official race here yesterday. We had an amazing finish in the spec racer for the Weekend Warriors half an hour ago, and a fantastic finish at the real life 24 hours of Daytona. I say we cap off the day of racing with the, we say with the best for last. 60 cars, 51 cars to be precise, running around this extremely tight street course, bumpy. The walls are closed and these cars are very fragile, but these drivers are absolutely amazing. I think we're in for an unforgettable race.
Yeah, definitely unforgettable here as we look throughout the field at our current qualifying order. And all these drivers, they all waited for this moment. I get told time and time again, the iGPFun Formula 3 series is the most prestigious Formula 3 series on iRacing, as it is the largest and it's the most competitive. Look at this top 11, all within a second of each other and all putting down this top tier times with each other. And it is just going to be incredibly close. Alex Dunn and Gianfranco Pagoda within 5/100ths of a second of each other.
When a series like this, when a series, especially in sim racing, goes on for the better part of 20 years, of course, starting with Grand Prix Legends back in the day, it means that the series is beautifully organized and it's a pleasure to race in. If after 20 years and several simulators is still going and is still going strong with these massive entries, I think that Luca Varani and his crew are onto a winner, and competitive, fun, friendly, accessible to any kind of driver. This is certainly one of the best spectacles in all of iRacing. And again, today we turn it up to 11 with Detroit. Nice to have some drivers back, especially our Rocket Turtle himself, Luciano Lorenzo, who missed the last round. He is here. As you were saying, the top of the table is oddly familiar with Dan Pagotto, Marteux, Ermer, Meola, and Varani, and Max Giacchino. Lucas Maruk, Max Bartolotta, Bartosz Grecki, and Michal Potoshek. Top 11 with a new face. Victor Barris sitting in 12th as the checkered flag flies over the Detroit street circuit, with Marteau improving and Bartolotta also improving and moving up to 5th. And a lot of other drivers, as you can see on the bottom, still on a fast lap.
Yeah, we got a lot of cars coming across the line right now. Right on board of 80 foot, and Detroit is such a fun track. There's a few parts of the track where you get on the straights, but it's going to be the corners that really make or break your race here, especially on entry and exit. The straights will help you in a little bit, but those walls are definitely going to be showing who here knows this track well, who here is confident with the racecraft, and who here knows the limits of this track. Because if you go over the limits, you're heading into the wall. And hopefully you are in some clean air if you do, or else there's going to be a massive bunch up of cars.
A few drivers still on the fast lap. One of them is Adam Talma. I don't know if it's an out lap or not. No, it's an out lap, so no improvements for him. I think he's the last driver on a quick lap. Maybe Rod McGuire. No, he's moving out of the way. That is Zoltan Zomoto, who is on a quick lap. He's improving in every sector, sitting in 22nd. Only 1.5 seconds away, Austin. But, this means he's down into 22nd. Let's see if he can improve. Let's see if he has the time to come onto the start.
He's got one corner to go. Cross the line, Zoltan Zomoto.
Invalid lap.
Oh, that punching it into the walls is going to show you that he was not happy of getting a valid lap. Probably rubbed the wall on there, and it's so easy to do that, and picking up an X like that is just going to hurt your time. Also, if you hit the ground hard enough, you will get a 0x on one of these bumps. I know when the Skip Barbers came here, there was a lot of invalid laps. But qualifying is over. Let's get this giant field of cars onto the grid and get ready to go. It's the Irishman, the young Irishman, Alex Dunn up there on pole, followed by Gianfranco Pagotto, QT Marteau, Sam Hermer, Max Bartola, Mikael Podozek, Francesco Meola, Luca Veroni, Max Giacchino, Lucas Marut, Bartosz Grosecki, Victor Barra, Stuart Miller, Luciano Zanier, Premslav Piesnak, Will McIntyre, Chuck Morrow, and Nick Carty in 18th, followed by Andy Flint, Andrea Brachetti, Antonio Ruzeski, Zoltan Zomotor, Zachary Beeson, Johan Bergeson, Richard Veen, David Martin, Alex Hopkins, and Christian Glamsetter, followed by Alessandro Dalladonde, Rod McGuire, Daryl Governor, Vincenzo Codecci, Philip Lucas, Ricker Bobbers, Stephen Rubens, Antonio Tellez, Clemens Punzengruber, Russell Kirkwood, James Luis, Luciano Lorenzo, Adam Talisman, Dirk Provley, Martin Devine, Noel Richie Robinson, Kuji Ido, Ben White, Giovanni Soletto, Vincenzo Marone, Reed Dennis, Patrick Rollins, and Alexander Rogabuck at the end of this 51 car grid.
Let's see how long it takes for Vincenzo Morone to become Vincenzo Monroe, according to Austin. Because you were almost right this time, and I commend your improvements with Italian names.
I might have been just Google translating a lot of things for the past week, ever since I butchered so many Italian names.
Let's see if you bamboozle me like last week when I start saying Brachetti and Miola and other stuff. Let's see. Let's see. If the race gets that as exciting as that, I predict it will.
Well, we're going to find out. The hearts are pounding, the tires are getting hotter, the engines are revving. Let's go! iGPFun racing here at Detroit. Great start by Alex Dunn, and Gianfranco Pagotto gets up right behind. Kevin Marteau and Hermer Bartola are top fives. They head through the opening chicane as they head all the way over to the wall and down this front straight here at Detroit.
Very strict rules in this league. Drivers are super careful in the first lap. You're going to the third corner, I think, of the race.
Yep, third corner it is. Detroit is a kind of an odd layout at Belle Isle. Already scraping the walls here for Alex Dunn, but oh, Dunn's around! Alex Dunn's around! And he's in the wall! The young Irishman is in the wall and has towed. Gianfranco Pagotto takes the lead, followed by Tiago Marteau.
I dare not go to a replay because we have some fantastic scraps going on. Bartolotto on the inside of Hermer as they enter the fountain section. Hermer is so wide. Here comes Potoshek, but he has to find his time and wait as the drivers are going side by side. Super tricky part, bumps, left right center. Let's quickly fly to a replay.
Here's the replay of Alex Dunn heading into turns 4 and 5. Coming out of turn 5, he scraped the wall on entry, just on the outside. Then too much mustard off there that slapped the inside wall and damaged his front wing. And well, he teleports to the pits. Gianfranco Pagotto leads them out onto the next lap. And man, that is a massive heartbreak for Alex Dunn right there. He took pole just barely, and it was like a great fight between him and Gianfranco, but now he's in the pits, and we might see him come back throughout this race and try to see how far we go. Some car just missed that corner completely. That's Stuart Millen.
I've been hearing, I asked for confirmation in the chat if Tiago Marteau is actually from the Netherlands and not from Luxembourg, as we got from the entry sheet from the organizers. If that is true, if he's from the Netherlands, just confirm that in the chat and I will change his flag at the snap of a finger. Because that's the power I am.
Because you're a wizard.
Oh dear.
Ooh, very close. Side-by-side racing between Podosek and Meola. Luca Ferrari just sitting right behind them, and I can tell that he is loving this start for him. He's already up a spot, and well, you're sitting in the top 10 in this series is a extreme accomplishment.
It is absolutely, especially around here. But when by the way, Alex Dunn is back onto the racetrack. I'm afraid he is one lap down. Yeah. Very easy to lose a lap around this place. It's not a long lap. 1:23 when you are in race pace. So it's going to be a long track for him. He needs to hope to get some positions here and there. Luca Varani attacking Michal Potoszek from Poland on the inside. Luca Varani, the boss of the series. The way the tire barrier sticks out really bothers me for some reason. It's like they want you to crash there.
It's a very optimistic tire barrier, especially if you just go a little bit deep into there. You're heading into that tire barrier. You have to aim directly on that exit. And when you're side by side with somebody, it's the scariest line out there. And sometimes the outside line will work better, but honestly, if you just delay that entry just a little bit so you know that you aren't getting close to that tire barrier, it's a little bit faster because you won't be so worried about hitting that tire barrier throughout the entire race.
Look at this absolute, well, I would say train of cars, but there is a massive train. You can see the dancing grey dots of doom. I mean, look at that.
I didn't know we were able to play Snake on a broadcast. 6 all the way to a 36 is a 30-car train with no gap in between. And it looks like honestly, it looks like the top 6 of the, no, it looks like our Formula 3.5 race at yesterday at
Montreal. So, by the way, the timing and scoring has looped around, and Alex Dunn is not a lap down, but he's
just about to be caught.
Yeah.
As Chuck and Zaynir are battling out for 12th place right now. A lot of battles throughout the grid, and it's going to be a battle of attrition, I can say, with this race. We already seen it with some of our top drivers, but honestly, besides that, I do not think anyone else has had a massive incident. Sure, we had a few cars miss a braking point here and there, but I think that was the only collision we've had with the wall that resulted in a car being towed.
Exactly. I mean, as again, we were having a chat with Luca in the past weeks, and the series, especially after the last couple of seasons, has gone at a little dip, maybe in racing quality, which means it was still one of the cleanest series in all of iRacing. But now it's back to the glory days, and they started Detroit, one of the toughest races around. Especially with open wheelers in race start, proves that the league, if it had a little dip in, let's say, crash numbers, it's back to the proper numbers again. By the way, speaking of hitting the walls, now sometimes you will see cars hitting the wall. Sometimes it's just we are talking about millimeters, so connection and servers might be playing a little bit of a trick on us and on you as well by reflex. So either they are not hitting the wall, or if they are hitting the wall, as a Formula 3.5 champion, 5-time champion, Tim Belle Isle was telling us last night in Montreal, if you ain't hitting the walls and getting those 0x, you ain't trying around these places.
Yeah, but you also ain't hitting the walls and getting 0x's around here. You're playing it safe, and in a battle of attrition, you definitely want to play this a bit safe. Oh no, Pink Cat's in the wall. Ruseski missed the breaking point. It looks like a lockup heading into there, and he smacked the wall, and he's got suspension damage as well as aero damage. Just look at that front wing. It's a complete mangled mess.
I still maintain that he should get back to the Pink Cat Red Bull style livery. He was much faster with that.
Oh, and right behind him, Adam Talsma, and we got a pileup. There are 4 cars spun around in that corner now. Right behind him as well, a little bit of a traffic jam. They're trying to get back going, and they look like a beach LMP2 car at the International Horseshoe, like we saw in real life, bring out a full course yellow, but thank goodness no full course yellow was thrown right here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Phil Lucas had a massive off just in front of this group of cars we were seeing. What happened to him?
Oh, he just tried cutting the course right there. And like very loose and around he goes.
He pulled the pace car.
Sorry for laughing, but that was a great joke, man.
By the way, Pagotto, 2.3 last time around, has the fastest lap of the race, and as you can see,
he's got 3 seconds on Marteau. I think Marteau and Bartola might have had a little bit of fight right now behind him, and that might have held him up. And 122, 122. My goodness, Gianfranco is hammering down these times, and I can tell you he's trying to catch that one car ahead of him.
Yeah. I think the drivers have been instructed to tow straight away, because which is a very sensible thing, because I'm seeing drivers crash. A couple of drivers have crashed, including, of course, Phil Lucas. We are just following him in his mistake, and you know, getting out of the way quickly is paramount in a track like this. Yeah,
I've seen so many bunched up incidents here. Detroit sometimes gets known as the parking lot in some driver circles, especially the IMSA series. And if you're a fan of the fan-made, the community ran Super Truck series where they take the Pro 2 lights around here. There's some funny videos of just monster jam moments and trucks going over trucks.
I was on broadcasting duty for the World Finals of the Dinner with Racers. By the way, let me have a big shout out to Ryan Eversley. Friday finished second in TCR at Daytona. Basically, yes, they were using the Stadium Super Trucks and using the Nissan prototypes from the IMSA glory days as ramps, basically. they would all go here on the backstretch, go, you know, park with their noses towards the traffic in the wrong way, and they were some of the trucks were able to jump above the Penske sign there, above the Penske billboard. It was a thing of beauty.
Oh, well, now that iRacing is dealing in metal ramps, we might see a little bit more updates to a few of these tracks. And if that was just paid DLC, as smacked to the wall by Garceski right there, and that front left tire start getting a little loose.
That was that.
If iRacing just added a if iRacing just had a one store fits all update to add ramps to all tracks, I would definitely be buying that DLC.
So we were on board there, and that is one of the real hits with the world. I mean, if you only see the sparks, usually it's a net code, but if you see the car also bounce, that is quite clearly a hit with the wall.
I saw the wheel buckle with it. The wheel buckled it, shot inside a little bit. So that suspension arm looking a little bit shorter as we ride on what we were riding on board with our own Alessandro Dalladone, who's got himself up into 23rd right now. He wasn't very confident that he'd actually get 5 laps into this race, but you know, Alessandro's managed to keep the car clean, as well as everybody in this race.
He last appeared in the Barcelona round, where he made a very inglorious exit from the race, taking away another innocent driver with him. Now we almost...
What a dive right in front of him. Cardi. No, that was Martin on Cardi. Yeah, Martin on Veen. And Dalladone, he tried to look on the inside of that fight as the 61 he's just perched and ready for a move.
Oh no, Bartosz!
And
and now contact.
No. Now that tire's definitely gone. That tire's definitely gone. We got 3 cars involved. And it's a little bit of a bunch of a traffic jam right here.
It is a Polish disaster. Grelecki and Pieniaszek, the 2 Polish drivers, ran into each other after a mistake from Greleski. Let's see it again. So
I feel like the tire wall might have been involved. You can see, oh, he spun right in front of him. There's 2 cars already involved. He's trying going down the inside, but then, oh, he just doesn't see him. He rips out the wheel. That is 4 cars. It gets back into him. And then there's Will McIntyre. He's trying to get out of the way right there. But my goodness, that is incredibly unfortunate right there for all those drivers involved. And I feel like Belle Isle is starting to get its regular roots of just Carnageville.
So those were Pieniążek and Grzeleczki, the other Polish driver there at the front. So we had at Zolder, if you remember, third one, 2 Italian drivers colliding into each other and taking each other out. Today it's good friends.
Polish.
Italy and Poland are very close countries in terms of, well, maybe not geographically, but culturally, and there is a sizable Polish population here in Italy. But this was something that they shouldn't have, imitated us for, because,
Are you implying that this is somehow Italians' fault? Or
let's continue with this beautiful race with Potoczek and Barris following each other. Barris, again, new name, and looking to get into the top 7, but Potoczek has a beautiful exit from the SS there, and he's able to defend quite comfortably into turn 3.
yeah, Rossetti down the inside of Lucas Maruk. And, well, that was easy for the Italian right there. Andrea up into 12th.
Nice move there.
I got it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, but, I like... that's one of the best mispronunciations you have, so I'm not going to complain. Where is...
You're not going to correct me on it, are you? Alex Dunn is currently sitting in 42nd. He's still on the lead lap, and it looks like he's might have gained some ground on Gianfranco Pagotto.
He has passed a few cars that either crashed or he passed them on the racetrack. So he put a bit of a buffer. You can see there Pagotto is there he is. Last time
he's still behind him.
Yeah, he's still, and it's look at Barris here. This time is much closer. Needs to have a good run through here, which he didn't have last time around, but he has now. Let's see.
Oh, turn 1 is a little bit off for him, but turn 2 is just absolutely perfect. He's buried in that gearbox right now. He's looking down the inside. Side by side they go. Victor Barris on Podozek. Barris slams it into turn 3, and Barris is up into 7th.
These cars here from Pieniążek backwards.
Oh, that is a weave from
wide.
That is a weave and down the inside, taking advantage of that. That's Alessandro Dondone, and he's going to go for another one.
But he needs to be careful because Pieniążek is still there waiting in the wings, of course with damage.
Yeah, look at that front right wing. That's not looking the best, and well, Piesnik was actually getting not enough cornering forces. He went wide in that corner. That allowed Dondone to clear him out. And he's still falling down that field, and the damage on that car is just not helping him at all. And look at this. Alex Dunn and Rubens almost getting into each other right now. And Dunn gets up into 37th, and he's trying to make his way through the field and try not to be lapped. I feel like that's a race for him as Giacchino is off.
Oh, look at that.
And he's at the wall. No.
He's having a very good run in the top 10. Let's see. Now, luckily for him, can get a faster pair, but of course he's going to have to go into the pits and come out. Let's see.
Oh, it's too much mustard and oh!
Ouch.
That is a hard hit, and the Squadra Corsa car that he's driving right now has definitely seen better days.
Is he from Squadra Corsa?
Yes, he is. That was the what was on the
he has a generic livery. Unless you have trading paints, which you shouldn't because the series has a paint pack.
No. No, I'm talking about the SDK app. Pull up his name. It says Squadra Corsa right there.
are quite correct. He's forgot to send his livery over to Luca then, because he's good spot there, Austin, as per usual. Every time we switch cameras, there is an overtake happening. And this, I'm expecting a lot from this battle pack here.
Yeah, Daladone trying to go down the inside of Carter, and he's made the move. He's also hit the wall. But Daladone, he's on a charge right now. Of the drivers in the top 20, he's made up the most spots.
Bartolotta has pulled QT Marteau. And the fight for second place is absolutely honest. Chuck Mauro and Zanier, they go side by side. And Mauro makes the move.
Yeah, Zaner looks like he's a little bit slow right there. Just coming out of turn number 2. And speaking of slow, Barris is slow. And look at that front right wing. The front left wing is...
Fantastic race. Now that front wing looks so ugly.
It's also
like
forward damage as well.
Yeah, it's so ugly. Looks like a modern art masterpiece.
It looks like the front nose of an LMP3 car.
And now Chuck Mauro will have the best of it, but let's switch again to this fight for second. We also have a fight for fourth, because as you can see, the flying duck, Samuel Hermer, under massive pressure from Francesco Nero. Oh, nose to tail with the lapped car. This is going to be crazy, Austin.
Oh, down the inside they go. And that was very well behaved by that lap car, just holding that outside line through that very complicated flick, I would call that, of a corner. Let's go side by side through there. That does take a little bit of coordination. And here we go. Bartolotta looking down the inside is not going to get it, as Victor Barris managed to get his car into the pit lane. I believe only lost a few spots out on track, so definitely did the right thing right there.
Yeah, you know, you cannot continue like that with the damaged steering. So fast repair, you know.
Oh, that's Rzeski down low. Rzeski goes a lap down.
Yeah, Rzeski's struggling a bit after heading into the barrier, if you remember, a few laps ago, and he has stopped, so he took his fast repair, but of course, once you get into the, into the train of lead lap cars, drivers are very keen on respecting those blue flags. Bartolotta shows his nose. Oh!
Hard into the wall. There's no way that was not netcode.
The car seems to be okay. I don't know how.
It's shaking a little bit more. Look at the front left wing. It looks a little bit tweaked, but I do not see the front nose. The front nose indicator of floor damage, where it gets that crisscross pattern on the paint. So he's still going strong, and I think he just lucked out right there.
There was someone there that was revving up the car in the runoff area of turn 3, because I got deafened by that. As you can see now, this was netcode, because there was like a meter between the car and the wall, and this is a misclick, and I apologize.
And this is a tree. I'm sorry, are we still doing the this is thing, or are we going back to commentating the race? If it's not obvious, I take the Daytona 24 hours viewing experience very seriously. I haven't slept.
Yeah. I never turned off my computer, so I basically watched all of it, even though during the European night I slept, but I kept waking up because my instinct told me to keep following the race.
There was no dead part of that race. Like, there's no dead part of this race going on. This is absolutely fantastic racing. 17 laps completed of 32. And I gotta say, let's keep on going. Bartolotta, he's looking down low. He's right beside him on the wheel, trying to make Marteau just absolutely a little bit uneasy right there. but Max is definitely pushing him to his limits, and oh my goodness, that wall just sticks out right there off the exit.
The walls around this place are like the stairs in Hogwarts. They move.
Honestly, they do, and I feel like it would be much better if somebody came around the track every year with a chainsaw, just like, this is the racing line and this is where I want to go. Just cut this part off. Or that old Jimmy Johnson commercial where he goes around a parking lot with a pickaxe and removes all the speed bumps.
I have never seen that, but we don't get
It's
a
a
lot of
Sports
Jimmy
Center.
Johnson. Okay, perfect. We don't get Sports Center here, and we don't get a lot of Jimmy Johnson commercials. We got the progressive commercials during the football, if you remember last week.
Oh yeah, you do.
So Bartolotta lost a little bit of touch, a couple of mistakes here and there, so he has to, no chance for him to go for a move here. There's a little bit of traffic. Our leader
He was taking a little bit different lines compared to Marteau. He was always looking a little bit different on the corner entry. And right in front of Gianfranco Pagano, there's a pileup of two cars intertwined with each other. Hopefully they get on going right before this battle, and they have towed. But
no, that was
this
right. That was Alex Dunn.
No.
Yes, he was trying to go for the move, hit the wall. And
the same corner where he crashed in lap 1-2,
the
right
guy
in front of him. Unavoidable collision right there. And man, I
mean, I have no idea how Gianfranco Pagotto squeezed past that.
He got onto the brakes hard, and well, he found the wall. The racing line was open, and you can just hear the lockup right there, but the luck of the Irish for Alex Dunn is not there for him today. Exactly the same corner on lap 1.
Again, great discipline by the drivers because they hold straight away basically. And so when Marco and Bartolotta were only 6 seconds behind the leader, went by there, they were able, they found a clean track, which is absolutely great. Someone who wasn't lucky was the 34 car of Reed Dennis. Yeah, he hit one of the stationary cars, but is the F3. Seems to be okay. Hermer and Meola still going at it, and Potoshek and Chuck Mauro going at it as well. As same goes for Andy Flint and Zachary Bison. These are the main fights we are having right now. Also, Victor Barres is trying to make a comeback after his crash earlier to his fast repair, and now he is trying to overtake Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire ahead of them, looking very quick as, well, they're dealing with lap traffic as well, heading into turns 3. Barris, I think, is just going to take it a little bit easier right now. After your first incident, you don't have any more movement. That's Zoltan Zomotor around, and he goes immediately towing as per the racing conduct or the race director has ordered for this race.
Oh!
And oh!
What was that?
I did not know there was a jump there.
There's a landmine.
Was there a curb on the inside? He might have clipped the wall and caught it on the wheel, and that just sent him upward. Oh! Right, that's Meola!
And this is the fight for fourth, and Meola with a big issue. Did they make contact on the straight? Let's see, because he was already
in the wall.
He was on the wall on the left already.
Yeah, he switched over and just too far over, and he hit the wall while under braking.
Too much mustard.
Too much steering angle or something. Might have locked up the rears just a little bit, and that made the car wiggle a little bit more as the rear wheels are wider, set apart. They have a wider stance than the front wheels, so he forgot to leave that space, and he just went left a little bit too there. And under braking, you could wiggle the car, especially if the car is unstable and over these bumps. That's so easy to do. You can hit it into the wall, and, well, you saw right there, Miola out of the fight for fourth with Samuel Hermer. So we ride aboard Zachary Beeson, just trying to chase down Andy Flint. The two Americans definitely feeling very good about themselves here today. And Bartola down the inside he goes! And side by side with Bartola. Bartola down the inside once more. They almost make contact, and Bartola holds it around the outside for second place.
Well, we cannot say that Max is not trying, but I mean, Marteau is defending with fairness, hard but fair defending, and that was very good because he was able to stick it to the outside and still have a little bit more speed, and was able to shut the door in front of Max Bartolotta's face. And so second and third spot remain the same with Marteau in front of Bartolotta. As we were saying earlier, Hermer now has got a bit of a buffer because Meola has gone straight on, and now he has, you know, he's still in fifth, but with a bit of damage. Spagotto doesn't care and sets the fastest lap of the race again.
1:21.610. And that is the 55 ahead of him right there of Carnecci.
Fighting with Giovanni Selito, the other Italian. So they need to be careful as the other Italian, Pagotto, goes through. Breaks up this fight a little bit. In the meantime, Flint and Bison are still going at it.
Yeah, that was a late entry by Zachary Beeson. Early break by Andy Flint. And Beeson, I don't know who really had the advantage right there. There was a lapped car. And so Andy Flint was a little bit hindered on corner entry heading into turn one. So Beeson did gain a few spots, but on the straight and on that exit, Andy Flint had the draft. And Beeson didn't bother staying within the draft, but they are still nose to tail with each other as they go through the maze of corners and walls. He might have hit a wall.
He's super, not slow, but he lost a ton of time, and unfortunately our event viewer doesn't... Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pits.
Suspension damage. He might have hit a wall at some point and just picked up a little bit of suspension damage right there. I feel like coming out of turn two. Oh wait, was that a? I just thought. Oh no!
I'm trying to find this crash, but impossible because he might have just, you know, slightly tapped the wall and doesn't, you know, in a way that's not going to show on our event viewer, but unfortunately is going to ruin your race. And now down to P10 is Max.
Yeah, it falls all the way down to 10th, so that damage wasn't hurting him for a while, so it might have just been in that any part of the lap. And he stays in the top 10 as Zachary Beeson is still chasing after Andy Flint. Flint is, well, he's got all the daylight ahead of him, so he can have a little bit of the leeway with how he takes his defensive lines, but there is some traffic coming up in front of him, so he needs to start thinking on how he wants to go through there and just stay away and start pulling away from Beeson as he's doing right now, as Bomber and Glam Center are definitely going at each other. And I think this is the dueling this could be you cars.
Yeah, and I think there was a Multi-21 with Boberg going past Glamsetter, which I think Glamsetter moved away in a very, let's say, not so subtle way, as you will see right now. Yeah, he, like, you know.
Yeah, just stay left.
Please pass me.
Please pass me. We need a sponsor. We need to work as a team. Hey, you two come to me. I'll happily sponsor you both. There, I've said it.
Oh, we haven't talked about Luca Varani, of course, the series organizer, having a brilliant race in 5th place. And I think that looking from the rear wing, we can really appreciate the details of iRacing. Look at the bumps, Austin. Look at the suspensions, the rear suspensions, how much they are working, especially here in the fountain section. What do you think?
Of course. Good. Yeah, the bumps here are absolutely just going crazy as the rear suspension's moving up and down, and they're almost reaching the height of that sponsor.
Yeah,
on
the
his
more they
rear
bounce,
wing.
the better you can read the sponsor. Speaking of sponsors, if you put this sponsor in the racing paint booth, the Apex Racing sponsor, Apex Academy sponsor in the racing paint booth, and you run 10 official weeks of racing.
Marto's out. Someone's having a Marto.
Don't tell me it's that corner again.
It's that same corner. Oh,
Bang.
hard into the wall, and that is both right wheels out of it. Marto, Thiago Marto is out of this race. Samuel Hermer, the Duck, is sitting in second with Francesco Meola in third. This is a podium nobody saw coming.
And it goes to show, Austin, you can never be relaxed around this place. Concentration needs to be always high. Here comes Martin.
Galdoni's made it.
Yeah, they have been passing each other for the last couple of laps as we were watching also the replay earlier, so it seems like now it's Daledonne who's having the upper hand. As I was saying, this place you cannot really rest. So Meola, despite the crash, I think he's got back to Werner, despite brushing the wall in this very corner a few laps ago. Let's see if Varani is gaining on them. No, he's losing. Okay, so Varani seems to be out of the podium contention unless something happened, and being Detroit is not out of the possibilities.
Something probably will.
Yeah, so let's stay on board with Francesco. His car seems to be fine again, despite hitting the wall. And he has been gaining lap after lap, so he's trying his best to get to that second spot. Remember, when he hit the wall, it was Samuel who was passing Francesco, so they are pretty equal on speed, but it seems like, staying behind has really made Francesco, now the quicker of the two, despite hitting the barrier. And earlier it was Samuel who was getting quicker and quicker until he made the pass when Francesco made a mistake. So both drivers probably don't like staying in front, as another lap goes into the books. Lap 27 out of 32.
Another lap down, and more tension between these drivers as the fight for second is absolutely on fire right now. They're 18 seconds behind Gianfranco, who is just putting on a clinic here. And I think second back, every one of these drivers has had some contact with the wall. The only driver that has not had any contact with the wall at all has been Gianfranco Pagotto.
Was lost 7/10 over Samuel Hermer, but I'm sure because he's with a gap like this, of course, if you have traffic, you take it
easy.
Super easy,
And, well, he gets leeway right there as Gianfranco goes around the inside and just stays on the racing line and takes it. As Hermer and Meola separated a little bit through here, 6/10 between them. And I think they're wishing within the next 5 laps a Austin-sized level commentator's curse will happen.
I mean, we've seen that turn, let's see, 5 is like a calamity corner today, so I'd say if I were Pagotto, I would tiptoe my way around that particular corner. Yesterday we have
he's approaching that corner right here.
We have seen a fantastic pass here from Enzo Fittipaldi over Luca Albon, sliding sideways. It's on our Twitter account. We have shared the video. Bartolotta and Brachetti.
Look at this. That is nice.
Good stuff.
Down the inside and just masterful right there. Now, Brachetti, he's just looking on the outside. Bartolotta just holding down that inside line, and well, they just stay in the same order that they were. A little bit of a look, but I think that was more mind games as Victor Barris dancing on the rear wing of McGuire, and they're approaching lap traffic. This could get nasty depending on where they are in the braking zone compared to these other cars.
Let's say that Pagotto must have found a bit of a clean track, because after a pedestrian lap he set the fastest lap of the race. 21.59.
This is no practices for Pagotto.
So again,
And
too bad.
ooh, that's a car down low.
That is Joe Motor, who had a spin, I'm told by my secret informers trackside. Too bad for Barry. He was having a fantastic
right in
race.
front of them. Oh, that was so scary, especially for McGuire and Barris, because that car could have easily snapped back on an overcorrection and taken them both out right there.
Now we have a traffic jam.
And oh, Glamstetter slow out of that corner and into the wall. And here's Mayola versus Hermer. Side by side they go. Heading into the fountain section. Mayola trying to hold it around the outside of Hermer. This is very doable, and then they get so close to the wall. And Mayola just got very scared and he got out of it. But he was right on the side of Hermer. Had a wiggle coming out of there, and I think he just had a little talk to himself, and his blood pressure said stop.
And Mayola also has to, you know, try another time. But, speaking of time, only 3 laps left for these drivers as the leader, 21.35, the fastest lap of the race again. Has taken to the starting line for lap 30 out of 32. So as I was saying, 3 laps to go, and now after every, in this track, after every time you go for the move and you don't make it, you lose such a big amount of time. Look at now, the gap is almost a second between the pair of them. So Meola needs to work hard and go back. In the meantime, another Italian driver is in the on the list for Max Bartolotta after passing Brachetti. Is trying to make a move on Luciano Zaniero, who raced in the Italian official F3 series organized by the Automobile Club of Italy a few months ago. Makes it
Absolutely nice.
Yeah, good stuff again.
Gianfranco Pagotto, if you're looking at nice, this is mighty fine butter nice of driving from Gianfranco Pagotto. I can't find anything negative to say about his race.
I mean, yesterday he was faultless in the official. He's a fantastic driver. He beat many fantastic drivers, again, including real life drivers like Enzo Fittipaldi. And today, in a field that's three times the size, he is doing the same. And we have seen a lot of extremely quick drivers being caught out by these most treacherous of racetracks. But yesterday and today, so 2 races, this is a bit longer also than the official. He has been absolutely perfect. He needs a lap and a half more of perfection to bring home an incredibly well-deserved sweep of the weekend here in Detroit.
Yeah, and it's looking like that as well. And Enzo's no slouch at all. He just won the F1 Esports event that was today for the Haas boys. So that was a big thing. And speaking of a big thing, Mayola and Herbert side by side. Once again, same corner. Herbert gets a big send down low and sends Mayola packing wide. And Mayola can't seem to find a break. Every time he's right beside him. It is that exact corner, and he has one more lap to go. White flag here in Detroit.
Sarella Blanca and Samuel Hermer was a bit too tail happy coming out of that corner there. So let's see if this time Meola will be tentative or if we will like go for it 100%. But Hermer, I think, brushed the wall for real this time around, very slow.
Meola's on that gearbox. He's dancing with him. He's about to make the move. And it's just like Eminem said, down 8 Mile Road here in Detroit. If you see your mullet, do you capture it or you just let it go? Well, I think Meola is about to capture that moment. And he might lose himself.
This is the moment as they go onto the not-so backstretch.
Yeah, this is where Meola's been getting his entire run. He's in that draft. He's a little bit far away. Samuel Hermer's got the draft of the car ahead of him. And Meola's not going to be able to be beside him. He could chain these corners through, but somebody who doesn't need to chain any corners through anymore, Gianfranco Pagano takes the win here at Detroit.
Bring out those brooms, he wins in the official and he wins in the iGPFun. Fantastic couple of days for him, and Hermer making that F3 as wide as possible should be able to keep second place.
It's a drag race. Hermer swooping down the inside. He's giving a little bit of wiggle, doing some S's on the straights. Hermer takes second. Meola, fantastic race, finishes third.
Bartolotta made a mistake, lost 2 positions.
He's hit the wall. Look at that. He's got a damaged front left wing. And now Zanier and Ponozek are nose to tail with each other. But Ponozek is leading it. Here comes Zanier. He's going to get down to the inside. Side by side. They're going for 6th place. Zanier, Ponozek. Zanier's made the move before the gate. Zanier's going to take 6 on the last lap.
And Bartolotta just beats out Brachetti, who was coming back at him. McIntyre and then Bison. Let's see what we have left to come home. There must be someone we're missing. Yeah, Punzengruber, there is Kirkwood, this fight here with Zomotor as well. Zoltan not had the cleanest race of his iGPFun career. I've seen him, his name in red a couple of times. He will have to be happy with, or maybe not happy, but he will have to, go home with P33, and he was, together with these other drivers we were watching, Punzengruber and Kirkwood, and Zomotor himself, the final drivers we were waiting for, and so we are ready to give you the final race results for tonight's Detroit event here for the iGPFun series. They should be on your screen right about now, and here they go. Gianfranco Pagotto, your winner, 22 seconds over Samuel Hermer. Fantastic battle, but he beats Francesco Meola for second place. Luca Varani in fourth, in front of Chuck Mauro, Luciano Zanier, Michal Potoshek, Max Bartolotta, Andrea Brachetti, Will McIntyre, Zachary Bison, Andy Flint, Alessandro Daredon, incredible 13th place. I mean, I was expecting him to be first behind the wall, not 13 on the track. Incredible stuff. Dave Martin, Johan Birgersson, Victor Barris, Lucas Maruk, Rod Maguire, the top 20 is closed by Alex Hopkins and Antonio Tellez. Christian Glamsetter, 21st in front of Vincenzo Carchedi, Giovanni Sellito, Premislav Pieniaszek, Reed Dennis and Antonio Rusevski, then Ito San, Koji Ito, and Martin Devine in 28th. 29th was Richard Boberg, and 30th was Nick Kartik from Jamaica. Clemens Punzengruber and Russell Kirkwood, then Zoltan Zomotor, Steve Rubens, Noel Richie Robinson, Alexander Roggenbuch. In front of Patrick Rowlands, Richard Van Veen. And then to round up the top 40, we have Max Giacchino and Thiago Marteau. What could have been for him? 41st was Stuart Mill in front of Vincenzo Morrone, Ben White, Alex Dunn, Daryl Govender, Bartosz Galecki, James Thulis and Adam Talsma in 48th. And last but not least, Phil Lucas, Dirk Proveli, and the Rocket Turtle himself, Luciano Lorenzo, making his return to the series after a week of hiatus, but unfortunately, I think only lasting for 3 or 4 laps before having to call it a night. Austin, what a fantastic race. We had some incredible fun. We are very short on time, but I think that we can have, Austin, a very quick word, but a very, very, we are very happy to have him here in the commentary box. Austin is standing with one of the biggest fans of Apex Racing TV, Chuck Mauro.
Yeah, Chuck, how are you doing? How was that race, man?
Really good. Went well. A lot of practice have paid off this week.
It certainly did, and a little bit of a avoidance practice as well, as a few incidents happened in front of you, and you just managed to sneak your way through there. You had 12 overtakes today to finish yourself up in the top 5. How was that race, and how were you
that
doing?
was awesome. I can't tell you. I've been fighting back the last couple weeks to get back in the top 20, and my hard work has paid off. Just glad to be here.
Well, I'm pretty sure you and everyone who supports you are super proud of that performance you put in today. Like we said, we have very short time, so we're going to allow this time for you to say anyone you want to thank, anyone you want to shout out for their support.
Absolutely. Huge shout out to Luca Verani for always running this league and running it well. Big shout out to my wife for putting up with all this nonsense. She's so supportive. Really appreciate it.
Well, like I said, everyone's going to be very proud of you. Finishing top 5 in what is the most prestigious Formula 3 league here on iRacing is definitely something not to scoff at.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, you have yourself a great, fantastic day. Marco, any closing thoughts?
Yes, we can have exactly one question, and only one question, Austin, for Alessandro. Take it away.
Well, I'm not going to ask it. He's your fan. You ask it.
I just wanted to come by.
Okay. Here comes the question then. How did you not crash?
It's only big kudos to Dallara for making probably a better Formula car than a prototype. Very durable car, very fast. I hit the wall plenty of times, as I'm always used to, and I got away with the 13th place. I'm surprised. I was really happy. I didn't even think to make at least 5 laps in this race. So it's only due to the great Dallara F3 and the super fast setup from Apex Racing Academy, because on the straight, man, that car was super fast.
Awesome, Alessandro, thank you for this interview. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank?
I want to thank everybody for not taking me out, or I want to thank myself too for not taking anybody out.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Alessandro, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, next time we're heading over to Road America. We're staying in America, just going a state over, and we're going to be tackling that Road America full course race, and it's going to be a absolute fantastic showing once more. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here for the iGPFun Formula 3 series. I've been joined by Marco Barbonera. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.